Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming and today's video is sponsored by Dragonheir Silent Gods. Dragonheir is an amazing high fantasy RPG game that I've been playing for almost a year right now, and I'm fortunate enough to be sponsored by them even though I'm already playing the game, so that's really cool. So if you want to start playing this game today, there's going to be a link in the description and in the pinned comment of this video that you can click and download the game on any device. It's basically on iOS devices, Android devices, it's even on Mac, and obviously on PC, it's on the Epic Game Store, it's on Steam, so it's basically everywhere. They do have some amazing things in this game apart from the graphics, the cool boss mechanics. They have some D&D mechanics as well with the dice roll, the tabletop, you know, a really good story. They have really good storytelling, an amazing story, which is usually pretty relevant, or I hope I'm using the right word, you know. It's that's a thing in the Dungeons and Dragons and the whole thing itself, and they're not letting us down. They have a really good story. And since we're talking about Dungeons and Dragons, they did have a first collaboration a while back where we could get Drizzt the Orden, but now we also have another collaboration. This event is called Echoes of the Echoes of the Sleepless, where we can get Elminster Omar. Okay, this is really amazing. We can get him, and we can also get an amazing artifact, which I already got myself. But Elminster is 100% a really strong support hero that you want to get. Okay, he has a pretty cool kit, and it's, if you start playing today, as long as you play for the, like, you know, the 2 weeks of which is the duration of the event after you start playing the game, you should be able to get him completely free to play, as long as you do your summons on his banner, and you can acquire this cool hero. Like, he's just really awesome. Shield, control immunity, big hit with attack penalty and accuracy penalty. It also brings enlightenment in all battles, so definitely Elminster worth picking up. So what are you waiting for? Click that link in my pinned comment or description and start the game today. So just to give you, like, you know, a cool visual, I guess, of how awesome this game is, I'm just gonna be showing you in today's video a team that I'm using for the Mekkatorque boss, which is the Season 2 endgame boss. I'm gonna show you a team that's actually full auto, that deals with the boss on over 50%, and that does some crazy cool, crazy damage. Actually, wait, no, this is not full auto. The team I'm showing you today is actually manualing this one because of the timings. You know, there's certain mechanics that you need to be aware of, like the stun, attack penalty, all the kit. I'm not gonna go through the whole boss's kit, but I'm just gonna show you the team that I'm using. So this is by no means a free-to-play friendly team. Okay, I'm not gonna call it like that because I'm using legendary champions and I'm also using legendary artifacts. Okay, I'm gonna show you that towards the end, but let me just run through and show you, because, well, basically, it's like I said, this is manual. The only one that goes on full auto is going to be Rose and Laurenthiel, because they do this. Okay, so Rose will always do her cleanse and attack penalty that also lands as the Witch's Remains after the magic projectiles land, and then I just do the hits with Hegio and then with Filter, and you can see he basically did 10 million damage on his first go. that's just insane. So that's just something that's beautiful. I also am using Mithrasian here. Mithrasian is basically in the team for the healing and also to provide me with the debuff immunity. The reason for that is attack penalty happens, and when these drop, the boss also places attack penalty on your ranged hero. So you want to do that. You want to make sure you have either somebody that cleanses it, or you want to make sure that you have debuff immunity. I have a little bit of both because, well, Mithrasia, she's an amazing legendary. She's one of the top tier legendaries, but she's not a good enough healer on her own. Okay, so from what I've tested, from what I tried, she's just not good enough as the solo healer. So that's why I brought somebody like a Rose in this team that also provides you with a heal whenever she does her ultimate, but at the same time, because she hits so many times, she's a really good candidate for that Witch's Remains. You see that debuff, that defense penalty landing is just a thing of beauty. What's also a thing of beauty is the damage that Filto does. it kind of requires, you know, a little bit of specific things. Like you want to try and always use, if you're going to try and do this specific team, you want to try and always use, especially with Filto, you want to use his ultimate when he has rally up, because what happens is he hits 3 times instead of just once, and that's where the crazy damage ramps up. If you also have somebody like Lorenthil, you prefer to do your ultimates after Lorenthil casts his ultimate, because 1, he's going to put rally on everybody, and 2, he's going to give a 40% attack up, and that's what you see. You saw that 659,000 damage, that's per magic projectile, and times 3 because he hits 3 times. So it's definitely, you know, this is more of a showcase, like I mentioned. It's a really amazing team. I'm really loving this, and I'm glad that I can still do it. Honestly, after I passed the 50%, I tried to do this team with Sagomir, because that's how I had it before. I had Sagomir instead of Rose, and it was just not doing, you know, it was just not good enough. Sagomir did not provide me with a little bit of the extra healing that I was missing, so I was dying by like 2 or 3 minutes left. My Filto was dying, even though I still had Mithrasia on the team. He was dying, he was running out of tune, and I could just not hit the 200 million. But as soon as I brought Rose back in, I got myself some extra healing, I got myself the attack penalty that made the boss not hit as hard, at least for the middle part, and then everything went smooth sailing. Like I said again, it is a manual team, but I don't really, you know, I don't really mind it, because it's so it's, you know, the damage that it does is so good that it's definitely, you know, it's definitely worth it to manual. Like, I think today is going to be the last day for my server. I'm still going to have a few videos. I already pre-recorded the runs from my other teams. I'm hopefully going to post these, you know, in the following days. But I guess I'm going to finish this run up so I don't keep you, you know, through the whole thing, because I'm just going to be doing the same thing. As soon as the projectile lands, Rose does her thing, Lorenthil does her thing, and then I just use the ultimates on manual with these people, and then that's the run. So we're gonna see each other back at the end of this. I'm gonna show you the damage and the build, so see you in a bit. And there we go, we are already at 207 million, but from now the damage is just going to be a lot lower, so I'm just letting everybody full auto. I don't really care about, you know, pushing it to the extreme. After I pass the 200 mil, I'm good, because if you did not know, after you reach the 200 million damage, you basically deal 90% less damage, so you only deal 10% of your damage, so it's not really worth to go that crazy unless you're trying to perfectly min-max everything to get to the highest to the highest level. But I'm really happy with this one. So if we have a look, 156 million of the 200 million damage was done by Filto, then like 33 million from Hedge, a little bit by Rose, and barely anything from Lorenthil and Mithrasia. So I'm just gonna save this team, but we're gonna go and have a look at the builds that I have on these people, because they're pretty fun. So let me just go over here. Actually, everybody, they're all Radiant, so it's gonna be easy to show. So first of all, Mithrasia, she's in an Ancestral Protection because I wanted to protect everybody with as much Enlightenment and HP as I could, and also gave her Resist because I don't want her to be stunned. I want her to be able to always use the healing that she brings on her battle skill. Then when it comes to the artifact, I'm using the Fey Meander artifact that we get this season, Everlasting Diamond, because she benefits from Enlightenment and HP on her healing from the battle skill, plus it increases the healing that she does. So that's Mithrasia. Then we have Rose. She is in a serial set because every time she lands a debuff, she gives extra attack to the people. And again, I try to give her some decent Enlightenment as well, because the more Enlightenment she has, the more she heals and deals damage. She's not a damage dealer, she's mostly a support with accuracy in there, but the accuracy was not necessarily needed because, as you saw, we either had the buff from Mithrasia landing, or we had the buff that she landed herself. And the reason I'm saying that is because Rose's passive says when the hero has a buff, the enemies cannot resist debuffs inflicted by the hero. So I even forgot about that. I just gave her some accuracy just lower than what I needed. I could just completely ignore that. Because I have Mithrasia going exactly before that magic projectile lands and she puts buffs up, Rose goes while she still has those buffs to land her attack penalty and defense penalty from the Witch's Remains. I could just completely ignore accuracy, but I think I only have it from here. Yeah, okay, these two pieces. So that's something to keep in mind if you're trying to do the similar team. If you have somebody, let's say you don't have a Mithrasia, you can bring in Catherine. Catherine should do a decent enough job to be a replacement for Mithrasia in there. Or honestly, even Quarian, just with Quarian, you would not have the debuff immunity. You would have to rely on Rose cleansing the right people. Then the next one that I have in the team was Lorenfield, I did not really care about his damage, okay? He does not really do any damage, so I just built him in a Mona Lisa set with as much HP as I could get him, because he would help out with the healing. Without this Mona Lisa set, I would have died a bit earlier, honestly. That's what I noticed. So build him with Mona Lisa set, gave him the Hourglass, so he gets extra skill haste, which means he's going to come back to his ultimate more often, but you don't necessarily need the Hourglass. You can use the Spiritual Incense Burner. Again, does the same thing, makes you come back to the ultimate faster, and the more you do your ultimate, the more your people have rally and increase attack, and the more you heal with the Mona Lisa set, because every time you cast an ultimate, you heal with the Mona Lisa set. So, you know, everything falls into hand perfectly. Then when it comes to DPS, one thing that's really important, the Emperor's Might, okay? That one just seems to be against this fight because those magic projectiles have lower attack. This one's so much better. It does a lot more damage than any other set, as far as I tested and as far as I've seen other people test. But yeah, pretty decent crit rate, good crit damage, and again, the Fey Meander artifact this time around, Ravagix's Roots, this is amazing for damage for epics or below, okay? Do not sleep on this artifact, it's just insane, it's amazing, and you know, do your best to try and finish Fey Meander because it's really worth it. So that's Hegio, and then the man of the hour, the Filito Go Boom, as I like to call him. 97% crit rate, 195 crit damage. As you can see, it's not the craziest again. Decent attack, and I have him the artifact again. This was the artifact that we got last season from finishing Fey Meander. So, you know, it's like, yeah, they're pretty hard to finish, but still, they're pretty good. They're pretty decent artifacts. I don't have better ones, so I'm just using the ones that I got as, you know, basically free to play. But yeah, this is the team. This is how they did. I'm really impressed. I really love my Filito. He's just amazing. He's one of my favorites for sure. This one can do an insane amount of damage, and it's, you know, it just surprises you when you see how hard it hits. But anyway, I guess we're gonna leave it at this for today, guys. Keep an eye on the channel. I'm gonna come out with some more videos of 2 Frost teams that are gonna be full auto. They're gonna be doing 200 million, and there are going to be some surprises. There are going to be some people in there that you might not be expecting unless you already saw some videos, maybe from some other content creators. I've not seen everybody's videos, but I don't think I've seen videos on these 2 specific teams that I'm going to show you. But anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. Thank you, Dragonheir Silent Gods, for sponsoring today's video. Again, if you want to start playing the game or if you want to support the channel, there's going to be a link in the description and in the pinned comment of this video that you can click and download the game today on iOS devices, Android devices. It's even on Mac. It's on the Epic Game Store. It's on Steam. It's everywhere. Join the D&D Legends in Dragonheir. Join the fun of Dragonheir because it's an awesome game. I love it, and you know, I want to see it grow, and I want to see as many of you out there start playing the game as possible. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next video. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.